his life come to an end like that. It's tragic. It's very sad. The same thing that he stood for is the same thing that took him out. It's tragic.
Well, tonight, the Indianapolis community is mourning the loss of Ron G., a prominent community activist fighting to reduce violence here in the Circle City. Ron died after a shooting at a gas station off of East 38th Street and Arlington Avenue this morning. Police say they found him shot dead inside of a vehicle right around 11 o'clock this morning. And many telling News 8 tonight that Ron G. left a legacy of peace.
Dedicated his life to that, Phil, keeping the peace. Ron founded the group Indy Ceasefire, which was dedicated to eliminating violence, particularly among young people. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett told me he's shocked and saddened to hear that G. was murdered. Interviewed Ron G. on November 1st, 2020, after his group Indy Ceasefire held a 72-hour ceasefire in Indianapolis following a rash of shootings. It lasted just 49 hours, but G. called it a success.
I see so many kids out there in the corner saying, stop the violence, stop the violence, stop the violence. And hearing all the honks throughout the city, it was amazing for us.
Mayor Joe Hogsett said although he didn't know G. very well personally, he is well aware of the impact G. had on steering people away from violence.
He was an integral part of our peacemaking efforts. Somebody like that, to say goodbye to somebody like that, it's a community loss.
I had a vision for Indianapolis, and that was to create a safer city.
Reverend Charles Harrison worked with Ron G. for years, trying to curb gun violence in Indianapolis. He tells me he was troubled when he found out he was killed by gun violence because he knows that the streets can be dangerous for people who are trying to put an end to the violence.
There are a lot of people who applaud the work that you do, but then you also have people who don't applaud the work, who sometimes become your enemies, and you may have conflicts with them because they don't want you doing the good work. They don't want you standing on the corner trying to stop the violence. They are part of the problem.
One of those unfortunate things that causes all of us to stop and pause and to see the impact of gun violence in our community and the epidemic of gun violence across America. It's not an urban thing, it's not a suburban thing, it's an American thing. Programs like what Ron had, and that was trying to cease fire and stop the violence. Those are the things that we really need. So we need more people like him in our community. So it's tragic to see someone who was trying to curb violence become a victim of violence.
The good people always get hurt.
It's hard to imagine what someone can mean to a community.
He just wanted his community to get better and to just put the guns down.
Until they are no longer with us.
This is what he fought for. He fought for gun violence. He fought trying to save people from dying from the hands of another person. And this was his fate, dying by the gun.
Y'all really love my dad how y'all say y'all do, then y'all will put an end to all of this ASAP. Y'all will stop trying to kill each other. Y'all will stop shooting at each other.
G was known for his nonprofit Ceasefire Indy. He worked to stop the very thing that ended his life. He was a father, son, friend, and a brother.
Everybody gets dealt a pair of cards in life. It's just the way you're going to play it. So I feel like he played his hand the best way he could.
If he was here right now, I would just tell him to look around. Look at everybody that's here for you. Look at the impact he made on our city. If Indianapolis had a Mount Rushmore, his face would be on there.